Welcome back everyone to lesson 0.4, and today we're going to talk about simple terminal commands that we're going to use regarding this Python course. So what exactly is the terminal? What does it do? The terminal is a non-graphical approach to using your computer. You see, the reason why Windows and Mac OS they're so popular is because they have these graphical interfaces. Back in the day, there were no such thing, and basically everything had to be done with terminal commands. These days, most people use Windows or Mac OS because, again, there are pretty graphics and you can use your mouse to click around. And so if you want to use the terminal, if you want to access it, if you want to use it to navigate your computer, you have to input specific commands. You can't just click around using your mouse and different buttons on your computer screen. And there are tons of resources out there teaching you how to use your terminal and all the different fancy tricks and complicated commands. But for us, we really don't need to do all of that. We just need a simple collection. Now, as the course continues, I might add a couple here and there, but for the most part, we only need a couple commands. And the first one is called list directory, and it's going to differ between Windows and Mac OS. For Windows, it's dir, for Mac, is ls. And don't worry, I'll show you guys what all this means after this slide. Change directory. For Windows, it's just cd and then the name of the directory. For Mac, it's the same thing, cd and then the name. To go back to the previous directory, for Windows is cd ... For Mac OS is cd space ... And then there's something called tab completion, and this will really make your life easier. Trust me on this. And then finally, I'll show you guys how to run a Python script from the terminal. Okay, let's get started. Like I said, I'll show you guys Windows and then also Mac as well. Okay, and let's take a look at Windows. So here I have the command prompt open up, and currently I'm in this directory under D called lesson 0.4. And if we want to see what's under this directory or this folder, we can't use our mouse to click anything. So we just use the terminal command dir or dir, and then just hit enter. By pressing that, as you can see, we can see all the other directories. And there are currently two other folders, one called test and test22. Now, if we want to navigate to one of these folders, simply we just do cd for change directory and then a space and then whatever the name for the directory is. For example, if I want to go into test22, I'll just type in test22 and hit enter. And now we're in this directory, and we can, for example, see what's in here by typing dir, and there's nothing in here, which is fine. Now, to go back, we just simply hit or type cd ... and enter. And now we're back under the lesson 0.4 directory. And just to make sure everything looks okay, you can hit dir again, and then you see we're back at our initial starting point with test and test22 as the only two directories. Now, here's where tab completion is useful. If you have a bunch of different directories or files and you don't want to type out the name each time, you can just use tab completion. For example, the moment I hit T, right, I can start hitting tab, and it'll just basically go between test and test22 because these are the two folders I have, or directories I have that begin with T. So it's just very useful. You don't have to type out the whole thing every time. So let's go into test, and change directory, and then tab completion into test. Okay. And then let's see what's in here. Okay, it looks like there is something called testscript.py, and that's the only thing in here. And that is a Python script. So whenever you see something called .py, that means it's a Python script. And in order to run the Python script, all we need to do is just type it out on Windows. And again, you can use tab completion by just type in T and then hit tab. It'll automatically fill in everything for you. And you just hit enter, and boom, the script runs, and we have the output right here, and it says this is a test ... and then the script ends, and now we're back in our folder. And again, if you want to check to make sure what's in there, like you're like kind of a sanity check, hit dir. I do this all the time just to make sure I'm in the right place. And you can see, yes, we are still in the test directory. And that's basically it for now. Now, of course, I'll show you guys how to write scripts using Atom and all that, but that's later on. For now, just keep in mind these simple terminal commands. And next, I'll be showing you how to do all of this using a Mac OS operating system. Here we are on our Mac, and let's do exactly the same thing. We are under a directory called lesson 0.4, and it's under the documents directory. And let's see what's under here. Remember, we hit ls instead of dr. We can then hit return, and we see test and test22. So let's go ahead and change our directory to test22 and see what's in there. cd space test22, and what's in here should be nothing, and there we go. Yes, it is completely empty. Now, in order to go back, remember for the Mac, we have to do cd space ... So cd space ... and now we're back under lesson 0.4. And just to check, you can hit ls, and there we are. So let's go ahead and now go to the test directory. And here we go. And let's see what's under here. Should be the script. And there we go. We see one item in here, and it is the test script.py. And in order to run it on the Mac, you have to type Python 3 before doing so. So let's go ahead and do that. Python 3 space test. And we can use tab completion to fill in the rest, and then just hit return. And there we go. The output is this is a test ... just like on the Windows operating system. And once again, that basically is what I want you to guys know for now. Just these basic, simple terminal commands, what you'll be using a lot as we continue with this course. Okay, thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you guys in the next lesson. Take care.